Hello fellow compatriots and welcome to yet another review. This is your host Tribuchon here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Bionicle G2 Boraks Va. Now I made these lovely little dudes with using as few pieces as possible and being creative with it due to this scale. Now, of course, there is no Krana in G2, but where there's plenty of is skull spiders. So skull spiders are incorporated into the build and so forth. But before we get into articulation and functions, because these boys do have functions, let's first figure out how big these guys actually are. Okay, Korok Va stands roughly about 5¼ inches tall, and the centimeter measurement will be up in the corner. Tanak Va stands roughly about 5 5/8 of an inch tall, and the centimeter measurement will be up in the corner. Bohrok Va stands roughly about 5 inches tall, and the centimeter measurement will be up in the corner. Galuck Va stands roughly about 5½ inches tall, and the centimeter measurement will be up in the corner. Wait. Oh, hold on. Yep. Oh, I do. Okay, with that out of the way, let's go into articulation and functions, and we'll start off from the one I built first to the last one that I built. Let's do it that way. So the first one that I built, let's move all these guys out of the way, is Korok Va, because if you guys remember, if you've been sticking around to this channel from the very beginning, I made a G2 Bionicle Borak, and that was a Korok, funny enough. So I decided to go ahead and start with this one first because I really like this protector mask in particular. Now, going with it, I decided for each Borak Va to carry some form of characteristics from the previous model. Now in this instance it was this very static arms. So let's start with articulation. Ball joint here, nothing in the arms, and there's a ball joint over in the head so he can look around. And as you can see, due to the asymmetry of the arms and how they're posed and displayed, you can still get a lot out of it due to how the static arms are shaped. So you can get a lot out of this guy's arms despite it being static. Now, of course, he also carries another feature from the original. If you put the head down, this is just like in the original. And sometimes you can hold the feet if you want to, but you don't really have to. But if you really want to, you can. In this instance, I will hold the feet in the... So you hold down the feet, and then you smack on the head, which is a little bit different from the arm. You would think it's the arm, but trust me, you don't want to do it from the arm. You want to do it from the head, and there you go. The spider comes popping off. Now, I didn't do it too hard, but as you can see, spider, it does deploy. And there you go. You got yourself the spooter. And of course, the spider can latch on. Can latch back on. And a plus side about these little guys is that nothing falling off in the back. Now you can slap in the arm, but it's not recommended. But yeah, and of course this still works. You can lose the mask, so this confirms that yes, the G2 Boraks Va can absolutely wear different mask powers. Slightly more advanced than their predecessors, and if you hit a little bit harder, it doesn't go as far. But yeah. Okay, for the next guy. Now that we got the cool one, we will start with the hottest one of the group. Now, this one is paying a homage to how the Borak shields were position for each of the Borak, being it like that, and then the shield on top. So very classy, but it still evokes like some sort of an arm. The original had a staff, but I didn't want to do the staff. And also, I kind of made this guy a little bit more reptilian, and also due to the skull spider, it looks more parasitic, especially with the trans orange legs, basically. And this one actually shoots pretty hard, far. Again, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint. And the articulation on the shoulders is pretty good all in all. You got forward, you got back, you got elbow articulation. The head is still articulated, as you can expect. Articulation. He even has tail articulation, so you got a little wiggle waggle, wiggle waggle, wiggle waggle. And I forgot to mention, there's a little bit of a waist, kinda, sorta, not really. You can kinda teeter the torso. But anyways, function. Put the head down. You hold the feet in place, and we'll put cool Icy Boy out of the way, and so that you guys can see, because that's gonna, I don't know how to, okay, we'll do it this way so you guys can see better. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm just gonna hold it and push down. I think that'll be better. 3, 2, 1. And there you go, it launches. He lost his head in the process, but it launches. And there you go. And of course, like, everything sags down because he is now deactivated and does not have the skull spiders. And of course, unfurling this, and you got a very radioactive looking spider. Like, oh my god. But while I was dabbling with these things, one of my friends showed me something pretty interesting you could do with these guys, which I'm going to show right over here. So you take off the spider, you slightly curl in these legs, right? And you curve them in. And I didn't realize this, but yeah. You can give it like them like a chest, and they look a whole lot cooler with this going on, especially for this guy. For the others, like, maybe not. Maybe for Nuvok, maybe. But I really like this, and it gives them a little bit more diversity, even though they're all pretty diverse, let's be honest. And it can still work. The function, kind of. Just not as effectively. Still kind of works. It still kind of works. Loses his mask and everything in the process, but it's still cool regardless. Now, I'm going to put him back to the default state. If I know how to put on a mask, that would be great. And there you go. Now for the next one I made, this boy. Okay, so articulation, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint. Hinge, ball joint. Yeah, a hinge. Even though it's technically a ball joint, but it's treated more like a hinge. And as you can see, it's more of like a classy kind of shoulder build. Give him more of that chunk. And the legs are different too. They're a lot more squattier. And it's interesting to pose. Not exactly the best to pose, but interesting to pose. And you just have to claw. The skull spire in particular is a little bit unique, considering that it has drill legs in the back and the regular parasitic legs in the front. And again, function works as intended. Push down the head, or in this case the lever in his chest, and shoots out the spider. And you can also use the head as well. So bumping the head will cause that to happen, and there you go. The drill kind of spins. Can spin. Spin confirmed. And the head is still pretty articulated despite it being a hunch neck connection. So it doesn't have as much range as the other three. But you still get a lot out of this guy. Now, last but not least, Galuck. Now, Galuck Va was an interesting case because I'm not too sure what direction to go with it, since it was just basically a blue person with a hook. And I decided to switch out the hook for a barbed blade instead of the hook to go for a little bit more diversity. And now they're a murderous diver. That's what they are now. So you got the propellers, you got the diver fins, and they only have one arm. But I mean, if you can wear a mask and have a skull spider to give you extra boost and parasitic abilities, plus with a barbed tooth blade, I don't know what else you need. This person is beyond capable at this point. Right here, the video is long enough as it is. I would do size comparisons, but I'll keep it short because this video is already getting kind of long, since I am reviewing literally four beings at the same time. So we'll stick it out to one comparison, or maybe three. Here they are compared to good guy to Chads of Chads. They will be your husband. Whoop! Here they are with bad guy, and he will kill your husband. Whoop! And last but not least, here they are with Kopaka, Master of Ice. So you got a size comparison there. They're little dudes. They are little dudes. Very little dudes. Can I even get them all in shot standing right next to this boy? So yeah, there they all are. I think they work pretty well. Especially these two, yeah. They look like they belong together. They honestly do. Like, this guy would obviously fight that guy, the whole army of that guy in particular. Yeah. So that is the Borak Va. I do not have the Borak Va of stone or jungle. I do not have jungle, which is a weird one, but what have you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, why not leave a like? And if you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe. Also, if you want to follow me in any social media outlets, links are in the description down below. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys!